Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Smackdown Live. We are counting down the days to the Royal Rumble. It is so close. You can almost feel it. You can almost sense that everyone is amped up and ready to go for the Royal Rumble. But we still have the shows to get to. We're here tonight in Cleveland, Ohio for Smackdown Live. It is the final one before the Royal Rumble, and it is going to be an interesting one as well. Tonight we have another title match for you. The tag team titles up for grabs. The Young Bucks and War Machine go at it. And a new rule was implemented due to what happened back at Backlash. If the Young Bucks get disqualified tonight, then the titles go to War Machine. Well, that being said, it is going to be a hard-fought match between these two teams. They hate one another. War Machine are out for revenge. The crowd are certainly on the side of War Machine, and it'll be interesting to see who heads out with the victory. I said it last week that I think it's going to be War Machine, but I'm still holding on just a little bit inside me for the Bucks to retain. But as for the rest of the night, well, we've still got an action-packed show coming up later on in the night, an almost double main event in some cases. We have the #1 contenders going up against each other. The #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship in Finn Balor goes one-on-one with the #1 contender for the WWE Championship in Bobby Fish. These two men have title matches waiting for them this Sunday, and they're champions in action as well in the night. But they are going to go face-to-face and square off in what is going to be one incredible matchup between two former world champions in this universe, but only one can head to the Royal Rumble with a victory under their belt. And then we come to the main event, a rematch from last week. We saw Kevin Owens and CM Punk go one-on-one, Owens picking up the win, but of course through the assistance of his Royal Rumble opponent Bobby Fish. Tonight, however, that has been ruled out due to Fish being in a match just before it. So tonight, Owens and Punk one-on-one in the main event. The match that we wanted last week we get tonight, and it's in the main event. It's going to be a great episode of SmackDown Live, stacked from top to bottom. And as I said, we kick things off with a tag team title match. So here we go. The night begins big. The tag team titles are on the line. And of course, it won't just be tonight that they're on the line. Next week as well, the winner of this match faces Future Shock, that being Kota, Ibushi and Ricochet. So we could have two new WWE Tag Team Champions over these next 2 weeks. War Machine could win it tonight, and then they could, in a hypothetical sense, lose it to Future Shock next week. In the same breath, the Young Bucks could retain tonight and then lose them to Future Shock next week. Or the Young Bucks could go all the way and retain those titles. Or of course, War Machine could walk out retaining the title, winning the titles here tonight, retaining them next week. There are a lot of what's what I'm looking for? There are a lot of ways that this could end, and War Machine certainly wanted to end with them as the WWE Tag Team Champions. That is for certain. At Backlash, they were in an unfair fashion, it has to be said, robbed of winning those tag team titles through disqualification. Well, that has been sorted out here tonight by the SmackDown committee. If the Young Bucks are disqualified, they will lose the tag team titles to War Machine. And you know, wherever Future Shock are right now, backstage, I don't know why I said wherever they are, we know they're backstage. Ibushi's got a match later, up next actually, so he's definitely going to be backstage. They have got to be watching this one because they have got to realize the strengths and weaknesses of both teams. They've got to see if any fatigue could be picked up, and if the Young Bucks find a way to miraculously retain the tag team titles here tonight, they may be able to sense maybe a bit of injury, maybe a bit of a problem going through the Young Bucks that may result in Future Shock winning the tag team titles next week should the Young Bucks retain here. They have got to overcome the odds though. Not only do War Machine have the crowd on their side, but look at these two behemoths. Look at Hanson, look at Raymond Rowe. They outweigh and what's the word for out-height? I don't know, but that. They're in every single way, they have more of a physical sense, more of a physical force to them than what the Young Bucks do, and that adds fear, I think, to War Machine. Just looking at those two men, and the tag team champions trying to look fearless, trying to look like they are in the zone, but I gotta imagine they're anything but right now. I would be a bit shaken up staring at War Machine, that's for certain. This is basically a... I wouldn't like to guess what maybe War Machine combined weight, gotta be near 600 pounds, I would say. These two guys combined weight, maybe 400 pounds at a stretch. Definitely, I would say War Machine are over the 400-pound barrier. No doubt about that one. Both guys, maybe Hansen clocking in at about 270, 280. Raymond Rowe looking like a good 250 maybe. So maybe closer to maybe just over 500 pounds is a more fair estimate to make. And there is Hansen making it look easy right away. This guy's been surging through on momentum as of late. And despite the fact that Smackdown has not revealed its Royal Rumble picks, and they have said they're keeping them secret until the event itself, if Hansen was in the Rumble, I wouldn't complain. This guy has torn through the Young Bucks over these last few weeks. He tore through both the Bucks and both, I think it was Matt Jackson. Can't remember. It was, yeah, I think it was Matt Jackson last week. And Kota Ibushi, in fact, making Matt Jackson tap out to a nerve grip of all things. Something I don't think I've seen before in this universe. Big double team move there. A former finishing maneuver of former World Tag Team Champions, the Killer Elite Squad. Used to break that one out. Certainly brought them success over on Raw, but as for right now, War Machine are in complete control over Matt Jackson. And this is almost to be expected. Matt Jackson has to use speed and has to use precision. I think it's got to be quick, frequent tags in and out between the Bucks if they want to stand a chance of retaining those titles here tonight. Tag made here, and here we go now. Looks like they are going to try and use some of their strength to their advantage. Great strength there by Matt Jackson, and an enziguri follows up there by Nick. And the Young Bucks have got to try and dictate the pace of this match. Have got to try and lead it in their own way. Raymond Rowe getting up to his feet here, brought down there. Not really too sure what Nick Jackson was looking for, didn't get all of it, and Raymond Rowe here makes the tag into Hansen. Nick Jackson backing up, and with good reason. A bicycle kick misses I guess, oh, there we go, he got it this time. The running body press, and that time he got the bicycle kick again. Here comes Hansen now unloading on Nick Jackson. Cleveland might be seeing new gold at the end of tonight around the waist of War Machine, but Nick Jackson's denying it. With Raymond Rowe on the outside right now, they've got to try and do their best to isolate Hansen, as difficult as that is, given the height and the weight of this man. They've got to do whatever they can in their power to make it work, and here we go now. Big double team move. Taking moves from all kinds of teams. DIY's super kick and knee combo there coming out to play. First super kick of the match from the Young Bucks. Doubt it'll be the last either. Uh-oh, counter there by Hansen, and a big STO sends Matt Jackson down. Hansen going to tag out here. No, Hansen's going to fly. Yeah, that was a bit too ambitious, I have to be honest, from way across the ring there. Not too sure he was going to plan on getting all of that, but look at this, he just has him in his grips now. Into the corner he'll go. Uh-oh. Oh my god! Clothesline there, set him in such an awkward position that he basically clotheslined him into the turnbuckle and then over the top rope. Hansen's power is just, it cannot be put into words, essentially. It's just too much. This guy is a brute. In a hypothetical, once again going back to hypothetical senses, they just collide into Raymond Rowe's kneecaps here. If War Machine, for whatever reason, were ever to come apart, I think Hansen would be just fine on his own, to be fair. This guy's got all the credentials to make a career for himself. He's got the look. He's got his brutish nature in the ring that makes him so dangerous. There is a lot to this man that he can use to make work in his advantage. Super kick there by Nick Jackson. And look at this now. Matt Jackson with a pedigree to Hansen. Breaking out all the moves that they can. Oh! Backfired there for the Bucks. Nick Jackson drop-kicked his brother. A big error was made there by the Bucks. Oh my god. They may well have just thrown away their tag team titles. Nick Jackson drop-kicks his own brother. And now he's left himself on his own, susceptible to War Machine. And down they go with the leg drop. Raymond Rowe will move in for the cover to win the titles here. Will it happen? There's two. And oh, Nick Jackson just somehow finds a way to kick out. He's on his own. He's isolated, but he's trying to fight here. Trying to get Raymond Rowe off his feet, and he does so. I think the quick tags there paid advantage for the Bucks to still be in this one, but that is a crucial team error made there. Matt Jackson cannot be happy about his brother striking him on accident. On accident it was, but still a crucial error there, and they're looking to capitalize on it right away now. The Indie Taker, and they nail it. Still working well together. Trying to do anything here from the clutches of defeat. Cover on Raymond Rowe. Hansen stumbles from that clothesline and nothing more. Raymond Rowe kicks at it too. Matt Jackson back in now, and he's struggling a little bit. You could say that maybe some of the blame could be on Matt Jackson there for even lifting up Hansen in the first place. Maybe he didn't need to. He could have just left him on the mat there and allowed Nick to hit whatever he wanted to. Over the top rope now goes Raymond Rowe, and to the outside as well. Don't know what Matt Jackson has in mind here, but he's going up to the top rope. Oh, Swanton bomb on the outside. Big time move there by Matt Jackson. Trying to use the outside to his advantage here, trying to work with the count, it seems. He's got a 10 count for a reason. Might as well use as much of it as he can. Into the side of the ring pole there. And now into the barricade. Look at that there, tornado DDT. Matt Jackson is finding a way to hold his own here on the outside. Uh-oh, maybe not big. Head of steam there as he went into that ring post. Count up to 7 here. And back in we don't go right now. They better watch out. Counts up to 8, but if this finds a, if this is a double count, if this is a count, then they won't win the belts. Only through DQ. Will the titles change hands? Hansen tagged back in here though. In trouble. Oh, Nick Jackson makes a crucial save there to his brother. And Matt Jackson goes ahead, fully capitalizing to the best of his abilities. They're going to look for it again here. They're going to look to strike with the Indie Taker once more. Nick Jackson has the big man up. The Indie Taker strikes. No way. If the Young Bucks do this, this will be incredible. There's the count. Oh, Hansen kicked at it too. He's isolated though. Hansen on his own once again. 2-on-1 deficit, and he brings him in. Black hole slam. He might be on his own, but nothing stops this man from fighting. Dragon Sleeper, Dragon Sleeper. Hansen sitting down on Matt Jackson here essentially. Does a good job to get out of it though, does Nick Jackson. What a fast-paced opener this has been. And now the Young Bucks looking to do anything and everything to try and retain their titles here. Nick Jackson is going to go airborne. Will this be a smart decision from the Bucks? There he goes, up and over. Raymond Rowe still down on the outside right now. Hansen dazed and confused in the ring. If the Young Bucks come back from this, I will be stunned. Tag made. More bang for your buck incoming. The 450 and the final piece of the puzzle. The moonsault connects. Matt Jackson into the cover. Hansen was crawling to Raymond Rowe. Will this put him away? Oh, it won't. It won't. Hansen kicks out and Matt Jackson's face tells the whole story. They've isolated him once more, but still, they cannot put him away. More bang for your buck and the Indie Taker, and he's still kicking out of them all. The fight from Hansen is outstanding. Oh my god, Hansen's going up high. Hansen's going up high. Moonsault by Hansen. No words to describe that. Up on the shoulders here. Matt Jackson in trouble now. Death Valley driver. He's in position. He's going to look for the powerbomb here. He's going to look for the powerbomb to try and finish this one off. Nick Jackson tried to sacrifice himself and it failed. It failed. Hansen basically shrugged it off. The powerbomb. The cover. 1, 2. We've got new tag team champions. War Machine have won the gold. They couldn't do it at Backlash. But when the Young Bucks' backs were up against a wall, War Machine sent them flying through it and took the gold away from them amidst all the rubble. War Machine are the new WWE Tag Team Champions. To kick things off here on Smackdown Live tonight. What a way to get things going. War Machine were always the favourites, but they had to go tooth and nail to take that title away from the Young Bucks. The Bucks fought like champions. They took every opportunity they could, but in the end, Hanson, too much to handle. And as a result, your new WWE Tag Team Champions, War Machine. What a way to get things started here on Smackdown Live. And next week, we will see War Machine defend those tag team titles against Future Shock. That is going to be a big one. That is one that I am excited for as well. But congratulations to War Machine, the new tag team champions. Where do the Young Bucks go from here? We'll find out. If I was the SmackDown general manager, or the SmackDown committee rather, I would say a rematch for the Young Bucks. They held the titles for 5 months. I think it would be fair for the rematch. But anyway, wow, what a way to kick things off on Smackdown Live, and we're only going to keep going from here. Coming up next, Kota Ibushi goes one-on-one against Kenny Omega. Wow, 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 wow. I gotta give credit to the Bucks. I mean, there's, you can't deny the fact that their backs up against the wall and they fought with everything they had within them. That, at the very least, has to be commended. Their rematch will come, but we'll find out if it's going to be against War Machine or Kota Ibushi and his tag team partner Ricochet next week. Ibushi has that to worry about next week, but tonight the Golden Star has to worry about the cleaner, the Intercontinental Champion Kenny Omega. Omega heads into this Sunday, going to go one-on-one against Finn Balor in what should be an incredible matchup between those two men. But as for right now, we're in for a good match of our own. Ibushi and Omega have had a storied past though in the side of Japan. And now they come to meet in this ring here tonight on Smackdown Live. Already new tag team champions. Ibushi's got to be thinking that through his mind after seeing what he just saw. How do I in Ibushi's mind, you got to be thinking, how do I overcome War Machine? Because in the same perspective, Future Shock are basically the same as War Machine in many Future Shock are basically the same as the Young Bucks, not War Machine, in many regards. They're small, they're agile, but there is a lot to them. They can take one hell of a beating, though, and both men have demonstrated that in the past, but they have got to basically execute the same game, and Ibushi can hardly wait to get his hands on Omega here. Maybe their troublesome past over in Japan coming out into play here as we get things underway. That was kind of surprising there from Ibushi, of all things, but maybe Ibushi just geared up and ready to go after seeing War Machine win those tag team titles, now realizing next week that they've got the toughest match that they could have asked for. It ain't going to be, of course, it ain't going to be easy for them next week to overcome this one, but they've got to do their very best, that is for certain. And right now, Ibushi is heading into this one with an amped-up mindset. He is just going great guns for Kenny Omega right now. Kind of surprising to see from someone as well respected as Ibushi, but maybe it is the personal vendetta that both men have against one another that leads to this. Oh my god, what a big boot there by Kenny Omega. This one's underway now. So let's get to it. Rolling Fireman's carry sent on there by Omega. Omega left his mark on Finn Balor last week following his victory over Shinsuke Nakamura. Lovely frog splash there. Into the cover though goes Omega. Will it put away Ibushi this early? No, it won't, but back to my point. Omega laid out both Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura following Balor's victory over Nakamura. Omega looked like he had something in mind here. Ibushi! Oh! Ibushi went in the ring. Omega tried to stick the landing and smacked his chest into the ring apron there. The Intercontinental Champion could have just bruised some ribs, and Ibushi is fully capitalizing. Though Omega, the 2017 King of the Ring, knows how to get his way around it. Oh my god! And how to return the favor as well. Big slam there down onto the ring apron. Of course, the hardest part of the ring, so it does just a bit more damage to you. Sling blade there by Kenny Omega now, but as I said, Ibushi rolls out of the ring again. And Omega this time not accepting it. Flies out there. Already been one loss for the Elite here tonight. Kenny Omega looking to do his best to make sure it ain't two. Or maybe I could, but anyway, back to my point. Omega laying out Balor and Nakamura last week following their main event match to determine the number one contender for his title. Kind of proved that Omega is just playing those mind games, the cleaner, trying to do whatever it takes to get into Finn Balor's head, but you better watch out. You don't want to play mind games with Finn Balor, because if you do, you could pay for it, because at the Royal Rumble, the Demon may well decide he wants to come out to play. Oh, hung out to dry there on the ropes. And the cover now by Ibushi as he looks for victory over an old foe. Not going to happen, though. Of course, tonight, Finn Balor is in action. So it's Omega and Finn Balor both in matches, so it's kind of fair, evens out. Kenny Omega's had some great defenses with that Intercontinental Championship, overcoming Roman Reigns at Backlash, probably, to be fair, despite not being the most respected guy in the locker room or in SmackDown as a whole, it certainly gave reason for people to respect him. He put an absolutely incredible showing to overcome the odds. And whether or not he could do the same at the Rumble will maintain to be seen. Oh, what an enziguri there by Omega. Caught him on the money. Domed him essentially with it, but there's a counter now by Ibushi. These two men really starting to go back and forth here. Oh, what a knee there by Omega. And Omega looks in position here. He has the knee, he has the arm. V-trigger by Omega. First time in a long time we've seen that one. Cover. Will it put away Ibushi? It will. One V-trigger does the job. And that is surprising. God, he must have knocked him out with it, from all things considered, if he hit him that hard. Well, there's your winner tonight, Kenny Omega. Sudden victory. But this one was a fast-paced matchup from start to finish. Omega perhaps getting the best result that he possibly could have, getting this matchup out of the way early to result in him having more time to prepare for this Sunday. Ibushi, in the same respect, now has more time to prepare for next week. We'll see if that'll play out in his favor or not when, of course, they come up against Future Shock, but War Machine, sorry, but Future Shock better be ready. Ibushi coming off this loss here, 2 weeks in a row. We'll see how well that goes, but Omega looking mighty fine right now as we head towards the Royal Rumble. We'll see if his number one contender will later on tonight. But coming up next, we are going to see the number one contender to the Smackdown Women's Championship in action up next, and what should be a surely incredible matchup. It's Bayley against Sasha Banks. So this one should be good, but Bayley's got to be prepared for this Sunday. She's got to make sure that she has got her wits about her, to be fair, because this Sunday is a tough match for her no matter what. She's got a tough opponent. The SmackDown Live Women's Champion is under no way he's going to be giving up that title of hers. Bayley won, of course, a six-woman battle royal to become the number one contender. And last week we saw Nikki Cross defeat the runner-up in Naomi, and now tonight Nikki Cross is going to look to beat the number one contender ahead of time. No inflatable tube men for Cross. No hugs. No light attitudes. It is all business for Nikki Cross. Getting that jump here on Bayley before her match with Sasha Banks can even begin. No need for this, that has to be said. But Nikki Cross, when does she ever care? When does she ever let rules tell her what to do? Nikki Cross right now going after Bayley. Trying to get into her opponent's mind, trying to even leave her mark on her and trying to put her in the weakest state possible. Either that or Nikki Cross has just snapped and she needed to get her hand on Bayley as soon as possible. She couldn't wait until next Sunday, beating into her now with repeated headbutts. This is what makes her so dangerous. She has gone so far up the deep end a long time ago that whatever she does, you just kind of have to accept. God, Nikki Cross is all over her right now. Bayley just being thrown around here everywhere. Nikki Cross is enjoying every moment of this, but Bayley's trying to fight back here. Bayley trying to get something going for her. Mistimed that one, and yeah, I think she hit the back of her head. I think one Nikki Cross has worked on just for the sake of it has been backfiring on her here, but Bayley's still trying to fight back a little bit. Some strikes into Nikki Cross as best as she can to try and send the women's champion reeling. Bayley going to try and make her pay, but Nikki Cross comes back there with a crossbody. She is trying, that's for certain. Oh, Bayley looking for the German suplex. Nikki Cross misses it, and Cross is getting out of there. Cross is running for it, but Bayley in tow. Nikki Cross has decided that tonight's backfired. She'll save it for the Rumble. Bayley in hot pursuit. These two women suddenly got personal, but everything will be settled this Sunday at the Rumble. Well, Nikki Cross's attempts of heading into this Sunday with a message well sent and perhaps a bit of injury done to Bayley have fully backfired on her. We'll see how the results of that will play into this Sunday. If anything's to go from it, it's pretty split down the middle, but this failure there to put away Bayley tonight may well result in there being an advantage towards Bayley. We'll see. But right now it is time for the two contenders to clash one-on-one. Finn Balor and Bobby Fish to meet in this ring. This is going to be a good one. Finn Balor, like I said in the build-up, two former world champions. Finn Balor made his return at Backlash and has already left his mark on the Smackdown roster. Put the problem of Kevin Owens behind him and has focused his ways onto the Intercontinental Championship. Now this Sunday, Finn Balor looks set to try and take that belt away from Kenny Omega. We just saw Omega pick up a win over Finn Balor. Over Kota Ibushi. And we'll see if Balor can reciprocate that here tonight. That attack last week from Kenny Omega may well have done its bit to perhaps get in the mind of Finn Balor, maybe. But one thing that is for certain is that Finn Balor cannot let a loss here tonight. He can't let it happen, essentially. If he lets it happen, he risks derailing all the momentum he's built up over these last few weeks, and he risks heading in less than 100% as well, because you've got to remember who he's taking on here. He's taking on Bobby Fish, of all people. It's not as if he's taking on someone a little bit lower down the card, or a great wrestler like maybe Cesaro, who's been out of favors as of late. It is someone who has just been one of the best for a long, long time. That is the kind of opponent that Finn Balor has to face off against, and that by no means makes it an easy opponent at all. This is the man who this Sunday looks for his third WWE Championship and looks to do it at the event. Oh, that shirt still sickens me. And looks to do it at the event that he said started it all for him. And of course, that is in referral to the Royal Rumble 2 years ago, when under Paul Heyman, Bobby Fish captured the Intercontinental Championship that Finn Balor looks to get this this Sunday. And we'll see if he will get his hands on it or not. But Bobby Fish looks for another WWE Championship. He goes up against CM Punk in what should be a very, very interesting matchup. I'm excited for a rematch between these two. Bobby Fish lost the title, tapping out to CM Punk at Backlash in a triple threat with Brock Lesnar involved. Now one-on-one between these two men. I think it's going to be great. As much as I despise Bobby Fish for all that he has done, as much as I despise Bobby Fish as a person, as a wrestler, there's not much bad I can say about him. He's incredible. I have said this week in and week out, despite my distaste for him. You don't hold a WWE Championship for nearly 400 days by luck. You hold it by being incredible. You hold it by being better than anyone else on the Smackdown roster. And that's how he held it for so long. Bobby Fish, when he had that title in his first reign, he was the best on SmackDown. No one came close to him. That's not an opinion, that is a fact. But now, with the talent pool getting bigger, with the likes of Finn Balor, CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kenny Omega, Kevin Owens, and even the Beast Brock Lesnar all wanting to gun for their opportunity to be WWE Champion, he's got to do anything to try and get his hands on it, and there is the real help coming into play there on the outside. Paul Heyman will play interference here tonight, but of course he won't be involved in the matchup this Sunday. Bobby Fish goes it alone in big match situations. Fish has had another incredible year for him. 2017, probably the year of Bobby Fish. If we were to have some kind of award ceremony, I think the only person who could come close to being Superstar of the Year would be Seth Rollins. But even then, I don't know if Seth Rollins could beat Fish. Fish broke the record for the longest reigning champion in this universe. Broke the record for the most defenses. Defended his championship successfully at WrestleMania. Held the belt for over a year. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. There's no other words for it. The year of a true champion. Albeit with some disgusting acts in the middle of it. Such as attacking SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon and laying him out in the ring in the desperate attempts to get his rematch. But we move on here and look at this. Heyman is forcing him up to his feet here. Heyman and Fish are anxious. They have got to be, I gotta imagine they're on edge, trying to think about getting this title back this Sunday. A SmackDown Live without Bobby Fish as the WWE Champion is almost unheard of. And that's why this Sunday they look to do their very best to reclaim it. Finn Balor looking for his first championship reign since 2016, I think, when he was World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, good move there. Good evasion by Finn Balor. German suplex there, and he got all of it. And let's see what else Balor has in store here for the two-time WWE Champion. Looked like he was looking for a shotgun dropkick in the corner there, and it was stuffed by Bobby Fish. And again, to the suplex as he goes. Big time overhead suplex there. Big moves coming out to play, and he is executing them to perfection as well as Bobby Fish, as he always does. In the turnbuckle now. Oh, good. We've got that coming back for another run. Look at these kicks here. MMA training there of Bobby Fish coming out to play, and it played to a good success. Uh-oh, steel chair in the mix, and on the chair! Power bombed onto it. That backfired for Heyman immediately. Finn Balor has him up on his shoulders now and is fully capitalizing from it. Oh my god, down with a wasteland there, essentially sending him into the bottom turnbuckle there. That looked rough. What else will Balor do here now? Look maybe for bloody hell. Fish reverses it, turns him round. Back suplex incoming, got all of it there. See, the thing is about Fish is, as much of a great technical wrestler he is, he doesn't do anything outstanding. He doesn't do anything major. He does the basics, and he does them really, really well. That's what makes him such an incredible wrestler. Hurricanrana there. Able to bounce back from almost being in the clutches of defeat. This is what Fish needs, but at the same time, Fish can't let this match go on too long. He has got a big-time match to worry about this Sunday. But the same has to be said for Finn Balor. Neither man can let this one go on too long, but neither man at the same time can afford the loss. Into the side of the announce table there went Finn Balor. Bobby Fish now just throwing him around. I imagine the aggravation, the thoughts of not being the champion are starting to get to Bobby Fish. And look at this, dumps him on the announce table there. Finn Balor, of course, went away for some time with an injury to his back and his neck, courtesy of Kevin Owens. And if it is still an injury, well, Bobby Fish is looking to focus on it, and focus on it he has in a strong fashion here. Fish now brings him in, brainbuster, onto the knee, and we know what's next. The move that has put away so many in the past, and the move that could well put away Finn Balor tonight. Chalk it up. This one may well be over. The fish hook connects. Look at the ferociousness of that roundhouse kick. Smash in the side of the head. A move that has finished Brock Lesnar, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kyle O'Reilly. It has ended so many, and it ends Finn Balor here tonight. Bobby Fish, your winner. Another win on perhaps his way to another WWE Championship. Will that be the case for Bobby Fish this Sunday? Time will only tell, but right now it's looking pretty good. But then again, we haven't seen his opponent in action yet. Fish celebrates this win right now. No, Fish, no. No, man. This guy ain't your opponent. You ain't facing this guy. You've got no beef with Finn Balor. You're not facing him this Sunday. There's no need for this. No, come on, put him down. Put him down. Fish, put him down. No. Oh my God. He just powerbombed him onto that barricade without a care in the world for him. But Bobby Fish loves it. Bobby Fish is taking pride in what he's doing right now. A close friend of CM Punk's is Finn Balor's as well. So everything that he does, he's doing with a purpose. CM Punk must be watching this backstage, absolutely disgusted at what he's seeing. Finn Balor being thrown around. Kenny Omega must be delighted as he watches this one. Bobby Fish is trying to destroy Finn Balor here tonight. Plowing into him with no state, no reason, no purpose. Oh, this is why I always say I can't respect this man. I hope he's proud of himself for what he's done here. I don't get it. I don't get why he had to do that. What the purpose of doing it was. It was uncalled for. It was unneeded. It was unnecessary. It didn't make Bobby Fish look any stronger. It didn't make him look any tougher. It made him look like a coward. It made him flat out look like a coward to do something like that. Finn Balor has his own match to worry about. Bobby Fish has his own match to worry about. Why was there any need to do that? I hope this Sunday he pays for it. I hope this Sunday he pays for it big time. I hope CM Punk puts such a beating on Bobby Fish that it pales, that what Bobby Fish tonight did pales in comparison to what CM Punk does to him this Sunday. I hope CM Punk batters him from pillar to post until we can't even tell who Bobby Fish is anymore. Just for doing that, he deserves it. He resorted to tactics that I'd expect from this man. And this is a man who I have increasingly fallen out of respect for as well, ever since he did what he did to Finn Balor and co. Ever since he put Kyle O'Reilly on the shelf as well. That is a man who I have no respect for either. But this is a man who flies SmackDown Live, who bleeds SmackDown Live, let alone flies the flag high. This is a man who says he is in the heart of SmackDown Live every single week. And I've reached a stage now where I believe him. The 5-time world champion CM Punk, the most world title reigns in the history of this universe, goes up against the 4-time WWE champion, the man who has held that specific belt more than anyone else. They meet here tonight, and I hope CM Punk paid close attention to what happened just recently, and I hope he kind of returns the favor to Owens in some respects. But CM Punk is a more respectful athlete than that. He won't take it out on that man there. He will allow it to happen in the ring this Sunday. He will pick apart Bobby Fish, not Kevin Owens. He has got business to deal with Kevin Owens, and it will be sorted out here tonight. Owens rolled up CM Punk last week to be the winner through the interference of Bobby Fish. And now we have arrived to this rematch here tonight. We are here and we are ready to go between these two men. Kevin Owens, the only member of SmackDown we know to be in the Royal Rumble. He announced it last week, saying he doesn't care what SmackDown thinks. He doesn't care what they believe. He is stating right now that he's going to the Rumble. And into the Rumble he shall go. I think that is 19 revealed. It is 19 members revealed. So almost 1/3 of that Rumble, we have no idea. Over 1/3 of that Rumble even, we have no idea who it could be, which makes it a little bit more interesting. But let's focus on this main event for right now. Owens has the Rumble to worry about. CM Punk, that WWE Championship matchup, much the same as Balor and Fish just now. It is a match that both men can't afford to let go on for such a long phase, but it is also a match that neither man can afford to lose in their own right. A loss can derail much needed momentum, and a long match can tire them out and potentially cause an injury as well. Big knee in the gut there by Punk. And strikes it again there to Owens. Punk is headed in with a purpose here to get a measure of revenge on Owens. Owens may not well have been the reason for why... Oh my god, what a discus clothesline. What I was going to say was Owens may not have been a reason for why Punk lost last week, but he was certainly a part to play in it. Certainly an instigator in it all. And he must pay his price. Bobby Fish will, of course, pay his this Sunday. Missed the step of Enziguri there, did Punk, but still had an opportunity, a window rather, to capitalize. Didn't manage it. Big counter there by Owens, and a Michinoku driver on the money. Into the cover he goes as well, looking to try and put him away with it. Kick out at 1 there. Let's see what else he has in mind here. Down with a snapmare, and big hard elbow there to counter it by Punk. These two men going back and forth here. Almost the match I expected to see happen. Almost the match that I was wanted to see happen last week. Package pile driver. No, not this early in the matchup. If he was looking for it anyway, CM Punk brought out a great reversal for it. Punk now turns him round. Face buster there. More akin to the stroke maybe that Jeff Jarrett, we used to see Jeff Jarrett execute than anything else. On the top rope now. Punk has Owens. This one could be dangerous here. Big superplex on its way unless Owens can do something to counter it. He won't. Superplex, and down they go. And here goes Punk now up to the top rope. Looking to hit something big here. Went for the elbow drop. Owens knew it was incoming. Once again, as much as I hate Kevin Owens, well, not really hate, but as much as I don't have respect for Kevin Owens, the person, the wrestler, fine-tuned, knows his opponent, studies them in and out. And that is why Owens is able to turn the tide with the littlest of things. Big clothesline there over the top rope, though that was hardly the littlest of things, as he looks to regain control here as this match goes to the outside now. Big chop to the chest there by Owens on the outside. Torture rack position. I think I know what's coming up next. Into the neck breaker, down on the thin padding. Punk grabs onto his neck there. That move hurts enough as it is, but when you're shoved into the flooring, it is going to hurt even more. Into the corner we go here. Owens counters though. These two men brawling in a very peculiar position here of the arena. Oh god, down on his back again there. Helping to really set up for the pop-up powerbomb. Into the steps now Owens sends Punk. The outside has certainly played into the advantage of the 4-time WWE champion. Punk counters him there and does a good job there. That is I gotta give credit to Punk there. He restarted the count. Didn't think about wanting to win by count out. Didn't think about wanting to take an underhanded tactic. Letting this match resume. Usually you see a heel, you know, oh my god, I broke kayfabe. Usually you see someone along the lines of Kevin Owens. Fucking hell. What was I? Okay, usually you see someone along the lines of Kevin Owens, you know, doing something like that to try and further the beatdown, but Punk did it to continue the matchup, which you gotta respect. But the Owens breaker there by Kevin Owens. Punk may well be forced to pay for his respect, but he's still kicking out early in this one. Big back and forth main event this has been thus far. Neither man able to get a measure of control over the other. But Owens now is in his mindset. Owens is in his zone. And he's trying to deny CM Punk the chance of beating him here. Nice forearm there by Punk. Owens up and over the top rope. And brought back in there with a nice hip toss. Punk will take it to the top rope here. What will we see from up high? It's going to be the elbow drop of Punk. In it comes. Got all of it. Into the cover right after it. Will it put away Owens and send Punk to this Sunday with a victory? It won't. Good kick out though. This one's still going on here. And this one's still just as back and forth. Hard elbow there by Owens to counter. Oh god, he holds him up on his shoulders and hangs him out to dry there with the stun gun. Right into the cover there as well. Smart thinking by Owens, but Punk's still able to kick out early. I don't know if it's a wise decision for Punk to kick out as early as he is, but Owens once again there go into the back. And now go into the arms, trying to take away the Anaconda Vice, the go to sleep, whatever else he can think of through his mind. Up on his shoulders here, the gut buster. And Owens brings it in around town with a senton. The champ is in trouble here. Owens is looking like a surefire favorite for the Rumble here tonight if he is able to defeat the WWE Champion. Oh, great move there by Punk. Rolled through the legs. Big forearm shot and Punk will capitalize here. Punk now. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Will that be the fate of Fish this Sunday? It won't end the match here tonight though. Owens in the ropes. A life savior there for Kevin Owens. Keeps him in it. But now Punk is firing back here. But look at how quickly Owens is able to respond. Side headlock takedown now. I don't know where he pulled this one out of, but it is once again this back and forth in this whole main event coming out to play. Great counter there by Punk there. Kicks him in the leg. Owens though bats it away. And he's looking for that torture rack again. Looking to try and soften the back up for the pop-up power bomb. Brings him down with that neck breaker. Owens taking a little bit of time to get up to his feet. Maybe fatigue kicking in there. Into the cover he goes. Still able to kick out early as Punk. Owens now is slowing down the pace. Wrestling his kind of matchup. And it's genius in some regards as well for him to do something like this, to make Punk have to wrestle a different style. But Punk counters him there. Big forearm shot though by Owens. And this one still is in a well back and forth range. Punk regains control again. Irish whip. Look at the strength of the champion. Up on his shoulders. Go to sleep. He got all of it. The strength there from Punk. Will it finish off Owens? Yes, it will. CM Punk with a victory from out of left field. Will Bobby Fish feel the same wrath this Sunday? Time will only tell. But a big win there for Punk before the Royal Rumble. And here he is. Here he is. As if laying out Finn Balor wasn't enough. Here comes Bobby Fish now from behind there on Punk. He almost snuck around Punk. It's like he had no idea he was in the ring then. Look at this now. Capture suplex there by Fish. Unloading away now on the WWE Champion before this Sunday. Looking for some kind of slam. Punk makes him pay for it. Great counter there by Punk. Much like Nikki Cross earlier tonight, this could backfire. Punk sends Fish into the turnbuckle. The big running knee. And the bulldog that follows up. CM Punk wants everyone to see this one. Bobby Fish's plan did not go out the way he wanted it to, and now he will pay. He gets to go to sleep, and Punk gets it all. Will that finish off Bobby Fish this Sunday?